More data is not always better. Yesterday, I was working on a survey with a grad student, and their committee had reviewed their survey, and this one person had a bunch of comments that was like, you should switch this to a Likert scale because then you'll get more data. The simplest example of a Likert scale is like when you see like strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree. And currently, these questions were like, which of the following did you use in making your decision? Check all that apply. So you would just check things. And the professor was suggesting make it like Likert. So in this case, it would be like, to what extent did each of the following influence your decision? And you might have like not at all, a little, somewhat, to a great extent. And we talked about how like that is true. You would get more data if you switched from a check all that apply to a Likert. Because instead of just being able to say like, yes, this influenced my decision, or no, it didn't influence my decision, you would have data on like the degree, how much it influenced a decision. That is more data. It also makes the question many questions and much longer for people to answer. Because instead of going through a little list and being like, yep, thought about it, thought about it, thought about it, thought about it. Now for each one, I have to be like, here's this thing, how much did I think about it? Here's this other thing, how much did I think about it? Here's this, right? Like it just takes longer. That's a more cognitively demanding, requires more brain power survey question to answer. So the question becomes, do you really need that more data that would come with a Likert scale? Or do you just need to know yes or no, did you consider these things? And that depends on your survey goals or your research questions for your study. I can't answer that for you, but I can tell you that more might not be better. You might not need all that extra Likert scale data for your survey. You might just need a simple like, yeah, I used that, no, I didn't. So don't get pressured into making something more complicated to get more data, because more is not always better.